contention creators, and the YouTube gospel. It is sad to see how the Hebrew Israelite community have become a place of scandal and controversy, where many Hebrew Israelite content creators who once aided our people into the marvelous light are now engaging in character assassination, slander, and much drama. We have witnessed content creators befriending others to later defame them on social media. There seems to be the crabs in the bucket mentality, where perpetrators and victims compete for viewership under the guise of a Hebrew Israelite.
And you know, that's very, very interesting that you see that we are in a period where our people are finding out who they are. The awakening has happened.
One content creator making a statement, and it was a sad statement because he himself was caught up in the same mess. He said, out of all the different peoples of the earth, the Negro, black people, are the only ones who will go on the web and constantly attack each other. I'm just paraphrasing what he said.
It's true.
You don't find the Chinese people doing that.
Nope.
You don't find even Caucasian people doing that. You don't find other nationalities and races of people doing that, being obsessed with slander, being obsessed with trying to tear down another person. But it seems to be only within this community. Some content creators have a platform. They utilize a platform called Patreon. Patreon has now become the new pay-per-view, where one can pay to hear the best gossip and salacious content. So you got pastors, preachers, teachers, and you name it, that will set up a Patreon, and they will charge you from $1 all the way up, or it can be for free, where subscribers will come on in. They'll pay to come on in and listen to something that you don't want the rest of the people to hear. Unless they pay for it, they can't hear anything. I remember brethren were telling me, why don't you open up a Patreon? I says, no, I'm not doing that. You got people who are addicted, content creators who are addicted to showing their face every single day. If they travel abroad, look at me, look at me. If they're back home, look at me, look at me. Look at my children, look at my wife, look at this, look at that, look at what I got, look at my shoes, look at my shoelace, how much I have, this and that, look at what that, you know. And the sad thing about it is that they will call up names of people and speak of the people's business when the people themselves doesn't want their business to go out. If you have a hole in your underwear, you don't want anyone to know about it. I didn't set up a channel to talk about I got holes in my underwear, so why should you feel privileged, empowered, that you want to talk about me with my holes in my underwear? That's bringing shame. And later on, you want to know why there's so much contention, because you don't know how to control your mouth. We're going to address all of that. The words of our master reign true, but do they believe?
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Elohim.
Do y'all hear that? If this is true, what's the opposite? He says, blessed are the peacemakers. He didn't say cursed. He says blessed. There is a blessing reserved for you by our King. Either you believe it or you don't. Cursed are the troublemakers, for they shall be called the children of Satan. That's the opposite.
Everything is reversed these days. Good is bad and bad is good. So when we're talking about peace, the generations today coming up, to them, peace is war. The young generations are coming up and they're seeing different trends. Like, for example, this one for the young generation, go slap your teacher.
Slap your teacher.
Slap the teacher. So trends that are happening, instead of doing good, like teach the children to go plant a seed. But yet they're gonna say go slap a teacher or go do something, you know.
So disrespect is fun.
Yes, the opposite is what they're pushing. So cursed are the peacemakers is what they're pushing versus blessed are the peacemakers.
teachers of confusion, content creators or contention creators.
Matthew 23 and 15. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you compass sea and land to make one proselyte.
You set up your channel to reach the whole world to get one subscriber. Go ahead.
And when he is made,
When you get that follower,
you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
that's exactly what's happening in this day and age. You got camps who put out videos of people's business. That person was fornicating. This is a woman's voice. Listen to her talk about her husband. Why do you have to bring that stuff out for? That's disgraceful. The Bible even said to don't talk about those things that are done in secret, those evil things that are done in secret. It's distasteful. You put the thing on and you laugh about it. It's funny. But you don't know the effects of what it's doing to your own people. It's not right. It's evil. The ministry or the power that the Most High has given us is to cast out demons, not have conversations about demons and conversations with demons and create more demons. Cast them out. Don't even allow them to speak.
1 Timothy chapter 1 verses 6 to verse 7. From which some having swerved, having turned aside unto vain jangling, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say, nor wherefore they affirm.
So they claim to be content creators or teachers, but they don't even know what they're talking about half the time. When they're so involved in their hatred for one another, they open the Bible and they cannot see the word forgive. They can't find the word love. They can't find the word peacemaker. They can't find any of those words.
See, because they sign up to a club called Keyboard Warriors, where they get on there and they learn how to fight and do a lot of debate. See, debates for clout and debate for drama versus teaching for healing and for growth. So when you're out there doing the ministry, or even if you're just doing a channel of growing some kind of a product or whatever it is, you're supposed to be promoting life, how to do something to better yourself. Whereas what they're gonna do is have a channel set up just to have gossip, contention, fighting, strife, how to pick apart somebody. And the debates has nothing to do with teaching the person. So by the time you finish, you're making those people more a child of hell than a child of the living Elohim.
King James Dictionary says jangling is what?
Foolish, empty talk.
Heart and mouth. It's two areas that the Bible has made this connection with this destructive spirit, this contentious spirit.
Jeremiah chapter 9 verses 8 to verse 9. Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in heart he layeth his wait. Shall I not visit them for these things, saith Yahuwah? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this?
We are the nation that he's talking about. When we speak peaceable to our neighbors with our mouth, but in our heart we want to attack them. We're already plotting. We already set up a trap for them. I want to see what this brother's gonna do, so let me set a trap for him. Oh, you see, family, he fell for the trap. I know he was a low down, dirty so and so and so and so. Why would you want to do that? And then out of the same mouth, the same people will use the F words, F this and that and so. And I'm looking at, are these people Israelites? Who are these people?
Pretenders,
Who are these people?
imposters.
These are the people who have over 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers and growing. And more people are coming, and people are designing channels just because of contention. You go on YouTube, you're gonna see names are being called. When a pastor called another pastor a dog, I was watching, and I'm not gonna call any names, listening to a pastor who said that the pastor who made him a pastor was best of friends, love, and how he loved the brethren so much. And all these beautiful words is now calling the same pastor a dog. The Bible says to lay hands on no man suddenly. So if that dog laid hands on you and anointed you, that you will fill with the Spirit of the Most High to become a pastor, what does that make you? He's the dog. You came up from him. What does that make you? If you can't see that person as your brother who has fallen, the Bible says, how many times should I forgive my brother? 7 times? He says 70 times 7. Is anybody keeping count in the YouTube world? How many times did King Saul try to kill David? And even Jonathan had an idea, but he wasn't 100% sure. And David says, listen, your dad don't like me. David never cursed Jonathan out. David never cursed Saul out. He never cursed. Look, check the Bible carefully and tell me if I'm wrong.
That's a very important analysis there, because when you apply that to yourself, you're going to have disagreements with somebody along the way. But the question is, where is your heart and understanding and growth? Are you going to cause it to fester in you, to become enemies, to start having that evil eye towards your brother? Because just like you said, Saul hated David.
You know what's
but
scary?
David never hated Saul.
You know what's scary? You know what's sad? If these guys can do this in the public arena, boldly, I wonder what they're doing in the private.
That's the thing.
That's scary. If you can slander, if you can speak of someone's soul in such a inflammatory way, I wonder how they're speaking in private. We have to be careful who we follow. I'm telling you, because whatever spirit is on them is going to be on you. Airing dirty laundry. This is a huge problem in Israel. A brother would come on, and he will say, that brother's wife, and then he'll start to explain all about the brother's wife. And by the way, his wife is having a hard time having children. As a matter of fact, she had a hysterectomy. So because you don't like that pastor or you don't like that brother, but the people associated with that pastor, now you're going to talk about that person. And by the way, that's evil. Wicked. You don't have to make it personal, because then you're going too far.
Now, on the flip side to that, there are people who just feed off of that, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for gossip. The juiciness of wickedness is what they call it. It's like, let me see where this is going, and I want to find out the dark, the dirty secrets of this person. So I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to follow, and not understanding that they themselves find themselves in the mess of death. You know, it's like drinking from a cistern of poison, and they don't understand that.